My name is William Runge, and I'm an aerospace engineer. I went to Vanderbilt in Nashville, Tennessee, where I studied mechanical engineering. And more recently, I was in Atlanta, Georgia, at Georgia Tech, studying aerospace engineering. And my passion has always been for airplanes and rockets of all sorts. And most recently, I've worked on environmentally friendly aviation. And NASA put me through graduate school working on this environmentally responsible aviation project that's meant to be an initiative that will bring forward the technology that will promote corporations to take up this new technology and make aircraft that have fewer emissions and burn less fuel. And so that was a project that I worked on all through graduate school, and it took me to Australia with the National Science Foundation, and now it's brought me here. And so this is kind of my capstone project in engineering, finishing up my work on this aircraft. So this all started actually in Australia for me. I took this National Science Foundation fellowship in Australia, and I literally, to get that fellowship, I sat down and I must have emailed 50 professors all across the country. Here's what I want to do, will you host me? And so on. And I ended up with a man who's a Belgian living in Australia, and so he was my host for that project. And towards the end of it, that was my first time spending any time abroad, and it really awoke my passion for living outside the US, at least in short spurts. And so my advisor there, a Belgian, was like, you have to go to Belgium. I know this institution, I know an advisor who will host you there. Go to Belgium. And the Fulbright, I just kind of got an email about the Fulbright, and it worked out wonderfully for me. So a lot of schools in the US, Georgia Tech included, have a really great office, an office of sponsorships and fellowships that provides advising on these things. And so I literally just found out by an email and then started corresponding with my office back at Georgia Tech, finding out all the details about how the process works, and kind of figured it out on my own. At the time, for some reason, engineers don't travel abroad very much. They don't do a lot of Fulbrights. And so I don't know anyone who's ever been a Fulbright except for the folks I've met here, and no one I know has ever done a Fulbright. And so I kind of hatched my own path, just using the internet and what tools I had available to me. So in Belgium, I'm working at the University Libre de Brussels, right here in Brussels. And I'm doing my computational work there, and I'm hoping to take some wind tunnel studies to the Von Karman Institute, which was the main draw for me of Belgium, aside from the fact that I knew some folks who'd worked here. But Belgium to me has been an amazing place to discover and explore, and as an engineer who's not traveled very much outside the US, it's been a real eye-opening experience to interface with Belgians and learn about their worldview and kind of have this cultural exchange that is so novel to people in my field of work, it seems like. I've found for me that having the opportunity to live and travel abroad and work abroad has just been a totally eye-opening experience and a totally life-changing experience. And it's not only the personal growth that you get by going through the ups and the downs and the challenges and the good things about traveling and living abroad, but also the professional development from the contacts that you make and the unique experiences. I mean, the big draw for me here was this amazing set of wind tunnels that is basically unparalleled elsewhere in the world. And I think they're just incredible opportunities for people from all scientific backgrounds to learn about different countries and make use of different laboratories and different assets, different advisors that are available there. So I think that no matter what your field is, no matter what your passion is, you can find a country that will be a good match for you, and where you'll have fun to travel and work.